Hi, it's March the 6th, 2025, the release date for CiviCRM 6, and I'm here to talk about one of the big features that's become stable. As of today, every new install of CiviCRM ships with River Lea, which is a new theme. Well, actually, the first thing to know about River Lea is it's not actually one theme, but four themes. Each of these four themes are a revamp of a familiar theme. Firstly, there's Minetta. This is the default theme, and it's based on CiviCRM's Greenwich theme. It's named after the creek that runs under Greenwich, New York, and it keeps familiar tones and patterns, but makes some changes. The font size are increased to be more accessible 16 pixels. Various fonts, colors, and styles are made consistent between different screens, and we make the newer bootstrap regions, like Form Builder and Search Kit, and older layouts look more integrated. Woolbrook is named after the stream that runs under Shoreditch, and it matches the design of that and the more recent The Island. It again increases the default size, and we try to make the appearance of different screens look more integrated. Hackney Brook is named after a stream that runs near Finsbury Park and is quite similar to Minetta, other than buttons have this icon border style and the contact dashboard has an inset side tab. Finally, Thames is a revamp of the R theme, named for proximity to its creator, Rich Lott's office. So 17 years to bring out a new theme for CiviCRM, and then four arrive all at once, like some nightmare wait for a bus. You're probably wondering, are we just trying to waste money or make life too difficult for ourselves? So the second most important thing to know about River Lea is that it's not one theme or even four, but a theme framework which supports sub-themes, which we call streams. And the four themes that you're seeing today are sub-themes of the overall theme framework. So why are we doing it this way? Well, the markup is 20 years old. You've got patterns that date through that whole period. Different JavaScript frameworks, different libraries, different ways of writing CSS. And it takes so long to write a theme that supports that breadth of markup. Often by the time you've finished, Civi's markup has changed in the process, and maybe the theme even looks a little bit dated. So Rich Lott of Artful Robot and myself spent quite a bit of time discussing how we could improve the base way that CiviCRM works. Under the hood, what could we do to make it easier to make new themes? Because it's not just about the back end of Civi that you want to make look nicer. The front end of Civi needs to integrate with a whole plethora of different website styles. It should be really quick to customize the way Civi looks so that it fits straight into whatever website it is that you've built. So the approach we came up in the end was to build a middle layer between CiviCRM core and the themes that end users want to choose from and even create themselves. The theme framework layer will do all the heavy lifting. It will interpret all the different bits of markup and support new bits of markup as they get added. It will handle all the different frameworks and libraries. And the sub-theme layer that sits on top of that is very small and is made up almost entirely of CSS variables. CSS variables or CSS custom properties are very much like variables in coding languages where you could define something once and then refer to it umpteen times. So the core of River Lea is this theme layer, these files here, and these override core bits of CiviCRM. This approach has allowed us to reduce the size of the sort of user interface layer down to 15 to 20 kilobytes, while underneath, under the hood, one single theme framework does the heavy lifting. You might want to define the color of your buttons, the border, the drop shadow, the roundness of the corners, the font, and so forth. But you don't necessarily want to have to deal with the 15, 20 different ways that Civi might write a button. So the theme framework handles that, and the sub-themes, the streams that float downstream from River Lea can define all of that. This use of variables brings up lots of new possibilities with Civi. It makes it quick to change the appearance of Civi in the front end. You want to make your buttons match the rest of your front end interface's buttons, match its colors. You don't need to rewrite loads of CiviCSS or create loads of overrides. You can just change a few variables and they will cascade down from your overrides back into the stream, back into River Lea, right through to the basic interface of Civi.
If you've got a new install of CiviCRM, you will be already using River Lea, and you can choose between these 4 themes. If you've got an existing install of Civi, then you can definitely upgrade your backend to River Lea, one of the 4 streams. If you're using custom extensions, you might want to double check that they look as expected with the new streams, because we haven't tested every extension. There's thousands of Civi extensions. You can turn River Lea on in the front end of your website. We're generally urging people to be cautious around that and to only do that if you're going to put time into testing every possible step of every screen that faces front-end users. There's so many possible variables of Civi interacting with front-end themes. If you have any problems, if you find a bug, find something that doesn't seem to be working as it used to, go to the GitLab and post an issue. We try to be really responsive in picking these up. We can push updates out quite quickly if there is a bug, and we really welcome that kind of testing. This theme would not exist without community testing. We're incredibly grateful to all of the amazing members of the community who did the testing. And one last thing, one of the great things about CSS variables is it makes it very easy to change entire color palettes across a whole theme. So we've actually gone a step further with the 4 sub-themes that you've got and added a dark mode for each of them, which is obviously useful for anyone who wants to use lower light, lower energy versions of all of the interface screens. So it's not so much 4 new themes as 8 new themes. This was really helped by Ufundo, Ben in the core team, adding a settings for this, which allows you to force dark mode, force light mode, or let the browser operating system decide that. And that's it. Thank you very much for listening. After about a year working on this on River Lea, it's really exciting and a bit nerve-wracking to bring it out into more use. Please let us know how you get on in the chat on Mattermost. Post any issues you've got on GitLab. We're really hoping this makes the process of improving Civi's markup, improving its interface easier and more stable, and overall with the goal of making this wonderful free open source CRM for non-profits, creatives and the civic sector just keep getting better and better. Thanks very much.